Isn't that? Listen that. When the story finally said that the human died,
Yeah.
that the music swelled. The,
What?
listen that. When it said that the human died, the story. That's the part when the music swelled. Like it like got bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The detail that you yeah. Also like when you play the game, it's like the story. It's not like a cutscene when they're
Mhm.
telling you the story. You're just like walking around, and at a random time, a character will pop up and tell you the story like that. But in the game,
Mhm.
you can like there's a way you can perfectly time it that after you finish the story, the music will end.
Ah, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, there's so many hidden details in the game too.
Ah,
That
okay.
Very that you know that
Wait, Kuya,
What?
there's a new God of War video that
I
came
know
out.
that no, okay.
Look. Love you. What is it, Marky? It's okay, look.
In the game, that you know that that
Yeah.
in the game there's this thing called the fun system or something.
The fun?
The fun system. I don't know what it's called, but that in the game, when I first learned of this, I was really surprised. In the game, when you start the game automatically. This is like a metaphor thing, but you don't really see it. But when you start the game rolls like this wheel of fortune,
Mm-hmm.
depending on your fun meter. And what I mean by fun meter, there's like it's like a 1 to 100 thing. But listen
Mm.
that it's like 1 to listen that it's like a 1 to 100 thing. The fun value is like a fun value.
Mm.
That when you start the game, the fun value the fun value system in the game chooses a number between 1 and 100, and whatever that number is will determine how will determine how you play the game.
Wow.
Listen that.
Okay.
What I mean by that is for example, listen that. Remember when I said listen that. Remember I said when you start the game,
Yeah.
listen that. It's like a very hidden system that when you start the game chooses a number between 1 and 100. And whatever number it will choose, it will be your experience. Like for example, if you choose like something like a number 78,
Mm-hmm.
you will see a secret character that will pop up in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That-
yeah.
Listen, that when you're playing the game and it chooses the fun value, for example, remember 1 to 100, right?
Mhm.
It chooses like a number 78, that you will meet a secret character in the middle of the game. That
Mhm.
like there were these secrets that listen that when you like started the game, there might be a chance where you're walking in the middle of like a walking area,
Mhm.
and then you might see a gray door that never appeared before. That
Oh,
like
okay.
remember the game chooses a number between 1 and 100.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very rare that you will get specific numbers, like the normal numbers like 1 to 30.
Yeah.
They're like the normal numbers like 1 to 20. They're like the what is it? Like the normal game experience.
Mm.
But when you choose like the little numbers like 78 to 90, you might get like this hidden dialogue, this hidden scenes, this
Yeah.
hidden everything where you learn more about the game. Like where you
Yeah.
think, oh, so that's the game story. But no, depending on the value, you'll learn more about the story. That depending on the value, you learn more about the story of the game,
Mhm.
which what is it? Which it has like little stuff,
Mhm.
but it still has lots of story, but with little answers. It shows mysteries,
Mhm.
but no very very little answers that we're hoping to be answered in the new games. and stuff.
Okay.
Also the characters' names. The names in the game, they're like an anagram. Like for example, Toriel. Remember I said Toriel, the queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember I said Queen Toriel, like the queen of the
yeah.
underground. Her name Toriel is actually taken from the word tutorial.
Okay.
Tutorial.
Really?
Because in the beginning of the game, she's the one actually guiding you.
Ah, that's why.
When you in the beginning of the game, when you play as the main character, she's the one that actually guides you through the underground, and that's why she's called tutorial.
Ah, okay.
And even
You mean Toriel?
tutorial, and even and even listen that.
Yeah.
And even what was it? Azriel. Listen, I think Azriel is also an anagram for cereal or something. And then there's like, and Sans, there are these two characters, Sans and Papyrus. They're two skeleton brothers. Their names are taken from the font. You know fonts, right? They're like, you know what fonts are,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right.
They're like the letter.
Yeah, fonts.
Yeah, they're like letter styles.
Yes.
Sans and Papyrus names are literally font names, like Comic Sans,
Okay.
Papyrus, the font and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And even Kara, remember Kara, the
Yeah,
girl
Kara.
that passed away?
Yeah.
Her name Kara was taken from the word character. So,
Okay.
yeah, each of the names have like deep meaning. So when you understand them, that's their
Okay.
thing of the game.
So you really like that?
Yeah, it came,
That Dale?
Undertale.
Undertale.
Yeah, it came out 2016. Like it
Uh,
came out 2016, but the music never gets old. The music never gets old, even like orchestral.
It's still popular today, right?
Probably, I don't know, but the music's still known. And loved.
Okay.
I even have the game on my laptop.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Okay.
And Sans, remember I said Sans? He's the hardest boss, and not really the hardest, but the hardest boss when you first fight him in the game. Because his fighting is very complicated. That you really need precise timing, precise movement.
Hey, by the way,
What?
when Kara died,
Mhm.
you know that moment when the monster, what's the name of the monster? Who
Ezreal?
went with her? Ezreal?
Yeah.
I'm sure that music was played while they were on the way into the underworld, back to the underworld.
Yeah, that music was played.
It was played as the background.
Yeah, when the story was told. It doesn't illustrate. They just say it in words. It doesn't illustrate the story.
Okay.
They just said it in words.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Kuya,
What? Did I remember the song I showed you in the car?